What's up, Bitdragon here, coming to you live. Wanted to share with you guys our first ever ICO review. We're going to be reviewing Fuzex. Fuzex is a solid ICO that we took some time to look at, realized that they have a real product that's already able to be bought, and it's already been a proof of concept. So I would have to say that out of a lot of the ICOs for 2018, we're pretty excited about Fuzex. Now I want to put a disclaimer in that this is not financial advice, and of course we invest in projects, and once a week or so we're going to probably put out an ICO that we believe that was worth investing in, and you guys can do whatever you like. Obviously we did our due diligence before we invested in this particular project, but I will tell you guys that when you're going to review an ICO, make sure that you look at the team, look at the white paper, look at the background, of course look at the tokenomics. A lot of things to take into consideration. Now, I will let you guys know ahead of time that this ICO is not going to be available to U.S. citizens. So if you know anybody internationally that you could work with potentially to get tokens, feel free to try to do that. I know they're going to have a KYC, so you won't be able to use a VPN to go in. Now, I'm not going to put that out as advice, but I will tell you that they've got a solid team. They've got over 40 engineers on their team and background strategists and people that have already successfully raised money on their first product, which is the Fuzex card. Now, I will also tell you they got a really solid advisory board. Mo Levin actually is doing BTC Miami right now, and he's in touch with a lot of these major people. And if you look at the background just on a lot of these LinkedIns, you'll see that all of the people that are on the board are people that have been in the space a long time and have proven themselves. And they also partner with some pretty big players. I mean, obviously BitClave is going to be the new Google for search engine and the blockchain. We invested in that project as well. And they've been, on ICO Crowd, ICO Daily. A lot of people have done reviews on them. Gatcoin is a project that just came out that they partnered with. That was another ICO. And so they're already reaching out to build a community. Now, that being said, the token sale is going to run from January 15th to February 15th is the pre-sale. And that is for every 1 ETH is 12,000 FXTs, and then the regular sale is going to run after that. What is Fuzex? Well, Fuzex is in the easiest way, it's a debit, credit card, smart wallet, currency wallet for all of your tokens. It can actually run multiple different tokens on the card that you can actually utilize, and we're going to go a little deep into that when we look at the white paper in a little bit. But what I really love about it is they already have a working product. They've got a sexy interface. The whole idea of it is sexy. They've got a real easy, simple to use, intuitive application, and they've actually already shown use case scenarios. Here's somebody using it in a McDonald's in China, just to show you how simple it is. Now, what's cool about this is that you actually have a digital display right on the card. You can control and choose whatever type of payment method you're going to use. You can see how much of a balance in fiat currency compared to the current rate that's on there. It has an EMV chip, so it actually is going to be at the highest level of security. And so in this example, they're going to go into a kiosk in McDonald's to be able to order the food using the Fuzex card. Now, what's cool about this is that at the time of sale, they actually had to check to make sure, so the merchant, when they run the card through, they check to see if there's actually money on the card, unlike a lot of these other cards where they're actually prepaid. That means they're going to preload them with money, and then you go spend it. In this case, it's actually going to be money that is on the liquidity of the network that's going to back up the sale. So it allows them to be able to make the transaction, provided there's enough, either Ethereum or Dash or whatever the token is that they're using. Now, it shows the supported tokens in just a minute. We'll go over that. We're going to do a comparison. But as you can see here, that it was a successful transaction. Obviously, they want to make sure that the card works, and it shows that you're going to get a summary also on the smart app. But here you can see that it was a successful transaction, and they're showing it on the screen here. So there's a lot of videos on the Fuse card itself, but this is an actual Fuzex card. The Fuse card just covers a debit and credit card. You can load up to 30 cards on there, which is unbelievably convenient, super easy to use. Now let's take a look at a comparison to some of the other cards out there. We all know what happened with 10x. 10x actually blew up. It did phenomenal. Centra card is out there, token card. But what's the difference between them? Well, the other ones are just plastic cards. This is an actual smart e-card that can handle the cryptocurrency as well as digital currency. It also supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, ERC20 tokens. It's going to support a host of all kinds of ERC20, which is on the Ethereum blockchain. And as I mentioned before, this card is something that's a debit card. It is not a prepaid card. Now, what's cool is that they already have a working product under their initial brand, Fuse, and you can actually buy it. You can actually go online and buy it. They raised over $2 million under Indiegogo. They were one of the top 1% of Indiegogo crowdsourcing campaigns, which was super successful. They have all kinds of accolations in regards to that. But they have a beautiful website. They got a solid interface, and they plan on rolling out a white label of this card for the token sale. So if anybody wants to white label it as a member of the token sale, obviously the pre-sale, you're going to be able to do that. And they have a really good roadmap of what they plan on doing, because they've already rolled out about 30,000 of these cards were already put out through the token sale. Through the crowd sale. And so if you guys want to go on their site, you can actually go on their site and you can actually buy their product. They'll ship it right out to you. And that's a testament that it's not a white paper that is an idea. It's actually something that is in use, that people have actually already bought, that I've seen people have actually used it. I've seen people who have white labeled it. I know World Venture Travels is going to be rolling it out to all of their distributors when they buy certain packages as a white label. But what they did put together is and again, this is really important to understand, is a smarter ecosystem behind the scenes, that they have their own exchange to be able to hold the liquidity, so you guys can actually get the value out of the card at the time when you choose whatever cryptocurrency you're going to use. Some of the other networks, they literally choose the total value of your network and then they just give you a prepaid card against it. Now the other thing is that there's a barrier to entry. It actually costs money to develop this card. The way that they put it together, it's probably one of the simplest, not only to use cards but to understand. Now the actual token supply that they have is 1 billion, but it's not going to be 1 billion available. That's total for the whole team. It's actually 600 million tokens. Now again, I'll share with you once again, for every 1 ETH on the sale, there's 12,000 tokens. So that's roughly a price of anywhere between about 5 to 10% depending on the discount. It's going to be a 25% discount during the pre-ICO and a 10% during the normal sale. And I'll just tell you guys that this project has an interface or a wallet that is super sexy, beautiful, easy to use. It's very intuitive. You actually have videos on it to see how people have loaded their cards on it. And at the end of the day, guys, I want you to do your own due diligence, read the white paper, realize that they have a tremendous amount of information on the internet that you guys can go to videos, you can do your own due diligence. But we want to just give you kind of a highlight on one of the ICOs, why we got involved, and why we think it's a solid investment for us. But again, our final thoughts are, please make sure and do your due diligence. I will say that over and over again, because just because we put it out there, just because another YouTuber puts it out there, doesn't mean it's going to be the best ICO or you're going to make a ton of money on it. At the end of the day, you have to make your own decisions on what's going to be best for you and your family. So with that, hope you guys have absolutely incredible day. I know some of you guys are still feeling the relief of the market starting to recorrect itself over the last couple of days on Black Tuesday. I don't know when you're watching this video, but at the end of the day, right now, the market is at a time to be at its prime, and Ethereum is fairly low, relatively speaking, during the beginning of the crowd sale due to the drop. So take advantage of that. That'll lower your overall cost for the token if you can get involved. With that, have an incredible day. We appreciate you guys. Of course, please subscribe to Bitdragon Live. Obviously we want to make sure that we provide you clean and cool content on a regular basis. And this is our first one about ICOs. So take care, take charge, and we'll see you at the top.